Welcome back to Fat Butcher Rips. I've got a bit of retail O-Pee-Chee. I've enjoyed the hobby, so let's see what retail has to offer. Let's rip. All right, we have got 2 blasters and 3 of the fat packs that my wife found at Target earlier this week. So I'm gonna check it out, see what's in here. Obviously not the same opportunity for the big hits. You have the yellow parallels along with kind of the base O-Pee-Chee premieres and the retros, blue and red parallels. The fat packs all the same except the yellows. But you do get 3 of the either rookie or high number all-stars, and I think 3 of the retros per of these. So maybe we can hit Hudson, Celebrini, or Michkov, or my guy Frank Nazar, and see if we can have a little luck. So let's start with one of our blasters. All right, they pack these blasters full of packs, which is nice. Somewhat reminiscent of like MVP, where you open it up and it's a lot. All right, so we'll start with Thomas, Vasilevsky, Suter, and Jordan Eberle is our first yellow. Nice. And Connor Hellebuck is a retro. And then some base. Gonna get a lot of base. It's a big base set. We'll toss these back a little bit so they're somewhat visible. Big base set. You're gonna get a whole lot of them, and you're not gonna come anywhere close to a set from this kind of stuff. But it's a fun open. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a Kraken blaster. Eli Tolvanen on the yellow. Emil Lilberg, decent enough Marquee Rookie. Push that to the back. New Hawk Joe Veleno. Nothing too exciting so far. This is a very, we'll call it simplified approach to O-Pee-Chee for sure. Huberdeau on the yellow. Mrazek, part of the Veleno deal, now a Red Wing and a bit of base. So the yellows have some value if you hit the right guy. Certainly not a bad thing. It looks like we got our premier here. Stefan Noesen, Luke Kunin is our yellow, and Evan Bouchard is our premier. And Swayman is our kind of high number all-star card. And Zaitsev. All right, let's see here. Wouldn't mind getting a rookie or something in the yellows. That would be nice. Crosby, base is always fun. Tanner Jeannot and Binnington. Nice goalie. No problem with that. Jack Quinn, the O-Pee-Chee, the retro. I don't think there's going to be any blank back or any of that kind of funny business here on the retail packs. So this is a pretty straightforward release. All right, looks like we got our blue border. Got a Morelli, rookie for our yellow, and Peterka. And Logan Mailloux, decent enough rookie for the Habs, and Landeskog. That's a nice pack. A blue border, Morelli yellow rookie, and a Mailloux base. That's probably the best pack we've had so far. Not saying a lot, but Taylor Hall, another former Hawk, Schwartz on the retro, and a bit of base. I gotta say, this is a real shift. The last thing I opened before this was Premier. So you go from Premier to not just O-Pee-Chee, but O-Pee-Chee Retail. Heischer, Morelli base. Got all the Morelli bases covered. It's a real whiplash moment going from Premier with the chunky patches that were pretty nice. I didn't exactly hit home run names, but pretty great looking cards. And Zucker, Georgiev, and some base. All right, Blaster 1 is in the books. Let's try a fat pack. That seems like overkill. If you are into this to the degree that you're going to steal an O-Pee-Chee fat pack, seek help. All right, here we go. Whole lot of base in these fat packs. A whole lot. Seamus Casey's a nice rookie. I don't mind that. And a couple of vet retros. Now our three kind of high number-ish cards, Demko, Ogren, and Keller. Rather rookies than all-stars, but you take what you get. And I mean, we have got a lot of base. All right, let's do another fat pack. Let's see how this one goes. I'll give the fat packs some credit. They open very smooth, so it's got that going for it. You gotta be looking for upside when that's a win. Lawton, Rasmus Anderson, Teuvo Teravainen with the Hawks in a Hurricanes jersey. Quinn Hughes, Matt Rempe, and Will Smith. Those are solid kind of second and third tier rookies, respectively. Desharnais and Connor Zary. And let's close it out on the fat packs, and then we'll end on our blaster. Fat packs. That one was, Glendening was trying to steal himself away on that beeper. The fat packs are fine. Comfer is our blue border. These are, I think these are 1 and 3, so we're right on the money. And then there are reds that are, you know, relatively tough hits. Not a lot of great rookies in the retro so far. That's kind of a bummer. Lilberg and Swayman I've seen from my blaster, so you know these are a quick rip for sure. You can get through them pretty fast, and it's all going to come down to, do you get a rookie of note in either your retro or your base. Last blaster. This bottom pack wanted to be open, and it's got our premiere in it, so maybe we'll have a rookie. It doesn't look like it. It looks like a base, and it's a Wyatt Johnston, Gustav Nyquist on the yellow, and J-Rob on the retro. So we did get a couple of premieres. Nothing outstanding, but kind of comes with the territory with Premier. I mean, with retail for O-Pee-Chee. Tage Thompson, decent enough player for yellow. Ottinger is our blue, and Draisaitl all-star. Unfortunately, I'm getting a lot more all-stars than rookies out of this batch, and you know, it's relatively small sample size, all things considered. So it's not, I don't know that's indicative of what you're going to find, but it certainly has been my experience, unfortunately. UC Saros on the retro, and a bit more base. All right, a few more packs to go here. Let's see if we can't get one interesting rookie or vet in the yellows here. Okay. Pasta is a decent enough all-star yellow, and Zellweger is a okay Marquee Rookie. Just complaining that all those high numbers have been all-stars, so the fact that it's a rookie, not all bad. All right, we're back to our vets on the yellows, and Chibrikov rookie. That's something different. Haven't seen him in this, so at least in this batch of it. And I saw plenty of everybody when I opened my case. I think I had a handful of every guy. Perbix on the yellow, and you follow blue, and Lucas Cormier, a rookie retros. Those are okay. Let's see, we got 3 packs. Let's see if we can't spice it up a little bit here. I really would love to see something. Brent Burns is a solid vet, and Nylander all-star. Konechny. All right, we got 2 left. Let's see a nice retro. The retros are some of my favorites. So getting a solid player in a retro would be a big win. Let's see what we can find here. Geeky, Kempe, Eric Gustafson is not one of those top rookies in this class by any stretch. So we're down to the last pack. Let's see. All right. Zach Dean and Connor Geeky. Okay. Dean and Geeky are just solid-ish. You know, they're not top of the class by any stretch, but they're solid rookie pulls out of here. So this is pretty representative of what you're going to find when you crack open a bit of O-Pee-Chee Retail. Nothing earth-shattering for sure, but still a fun open. I'm still a big fan of the design on the retros. Honestly, these are pretty nice. Still have quite a few of those, and a handful of rookies and all-stars. The yellows, they're not the they're not the needle mover for me, which is why I don't really go too all in on retail for O-Pee-Chee. I'm much more likely, if I were to do anything, is to go crack open another hobby box or two of O-Pee-Chee. So also obviously not too far away from O-Pee-Chee Platinum, which is going to be a very fun open, I would imagine too. So with that, we'll wrap up our retail rip. Appreciate everybody checking it out with me. Should have plenty more coming here in the near future, and I will make sure to catch you guys in the next one.